this is how I learned pixel art and created the art in the background. So I watched a couple YouTube videos, and by a couple I mean a lot, and I decided to apply what I learned from them, and so I started working on some shading. So I created a box looking object and a shiny sphere. Then I decided I wanted to make something like a real world object. So I made some tires, and then I worked on the car and added some shading. And it wasn't perfect, and it was pretty bad, but it was a step up. So then I decided to work on the outline of what you saw at the beginning of the video, and that's basic outline. And then I added some more details and made it a little bit better, or more detailed, yeah. Then I started adding some color, which eventually does get changed. So I forgot to record some of this part, but I changed the color of the grass, and I created a bunch of grass around the scene, and so I started working on the river, or stream, which eventually becomes my favorite part. So as you can see here, I changed up the roof a little bit more, but I've changed it because it didn't look that good. And so here you can see I'm changing the house into logs instead of bricks, like a log cabin. And so I added some shading to the windows and fixed up the door a little bit. So then I started working on the hedge around the house, which I eventually removed because it just didn't look good enough. So then I started working on the bridge a little bit, but moved on to shadows of the house. So then I worked on the bridge a little bit more. So then I started working on trees, but I removed them, but added them back later because they didn't look enough. So you can see me working on a newer tree. It's a little bit too flat looking though, so I scale it up and a little bit taller, and then just duplicate that a bunch. So then I worked on a little path around the house. Worked on some finishing touches, including shadows in the trees. And here's the finished result.